Hey guys, so I've been digging in the vintage vault to bring you a stick that you may not have seen before. It's one I used. I wasn't a fan. In fact, it went down like a fart in a spacesuit. So this is the STX Fuse. Now at the time this came out, I thought, oh, that looks interesting. And I kind of bought into some of the advertising behind it. Namely, this kind of over-molding here, which eliminated ball rattle and ball spin. I'm not sure it did because, as we all know now that we're far more experienced stringing, and stringing has moved on so much over the last decade. It's the pocket. It's the pocket that really helps with ball control. Stops the ball rattling and all the rest of it. You can take these old heads and put a fantastic pocket in them now using modern stringing theory, if you like. Now, you're probably wondering, what the heck's that blue thing? So, I don't know, maybe 2000, 2001, 2003 maybe, STX were putting these pocket retainers in, and you can see, to keep a nice pocket in it. I mean, this is still the factory pocket, and you can see here, it does something. It does kind of keep a pocket of sorts. Interesting now, look at this. I mean, talking about pocket theory, what the heck's going on with those sidewalls there? You look back at something, I mean, even the top string is not put in symmetrical. Factory stringing has moved on massively, so well done the companies that are putting a bit of effort into making sure factory strung sticks aren't strung, I nearly swore, aren't strung in a terrible manner. But the Fuse, I saw it, I thought, oh, I like that, I'll give that a go. And this rubber overmold did not last. I actually played defense, used to play tap these days, namely because I can't keep up with people. But I used to play defense back when I was younger, and the Fuse appealed to me, but this rubber overmold, it just shredded off. Every time you check someone, it was just ripping and tearing. I seem to remember, this came loose, and I mean, this is just hanging on for dear life. This ball stop here, it's got a rubber overmold ball stop on there, and I lost that, I think, maybe 3 games into having this stick, so I was kind of upset I'd lost this rubber ball stop at the time. This was back when all the ball stops were just foam, so it had a cool ball stop. If you look, the ball stop is actually angled, which is a cool feature. So it sits higher at the front than it does at the back, it's thicker at the front, so it kind of helps the ball sit in there. And you can see, again, another kind of thing to add to that. So the rubber overmold the inside, it does stick out further. It's difficult for you guys to see. Further here on the top bit of the lower rail than it does at the bottom. So again, the ball can kind of just sit in there and it's not going to rattle around so much. So it was kind of a neat idea. I'm not sure how well it was executed, and the durability of this stuff it wasn't great. Now I found this brand new, unused one, so with its tags not long ago, I thought I've got to add a Fuse to the vintage vault. I had a couple which weren't in terrible condition, but this one is, it's like it just came out of the factory. Now you'll also notice, I mean, in the rest of the world, so non-North America, you only see pro players still using V's or U shooters. You can't use them at high school, can't use them at college. They're still pretty popular here in the UK, certainly, and across many other lacrosse playing nations, because you can still use them internationally. But it had the STX described this as the power. Oh, excuse me, I lost my voice. The Power V pocket provides sharp, accurate passes and shots, channels the ball to perfection. The Power V, the pocket used by the top players in the world. I mean, man, when you read that, you were sold. You were buying a stick that had the Power V pocket. It was just a V with a piece of string. But it looked cool at the time. is a little bit on the heavy side, so I don't remember seeing that many people use the fuse. I think I might have used it for maybe 6 months, maybe a season. And I certainly remember using it when it had cracked. It cracked here on multiple stringing holes on the top, and I'm pretty sure, if I remember rightly, mine had a crack down here on the screw hole. I mean, it's still got its little made in Thailand sticker on there. It's the STX Fuse.